Chapter 3. Hope to see the heroes.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamech. In the previous episode, we arrived in Bucket? Where are we? We arrived in the village, and we took care of, we forced the retreat of Captain Canary. Anyway, okay, I think that was the last of the fires. Ugh, I feel like I wrung out a piece of cloth. That was awesome, Galileo! Giving it all to the last drop. That's what being a hero is all about. Not everyone obsessed about stuff as much as you do, you know. I'm taking a nap. Just wake me up when dinner's ready. There's no time to rest. We gotta find out where the guild heroes are. As much as I'd like to not get dragged into another of Armley's adventures, she's right. The guild heroes are missing. The town almost burned to the ground. Not to mention an invading army led by some Dark Lord. Oh, maybe someone's still at the guild club. That's a good idea. And the fastest way there is... I am not walking through the apple orchard again. Last time I got stung 9 times. The bees are annoying, but we don't have any time to spare. Let's go. Dogged by misfortune. Alright, but before we head off, let's actually go left. Because here is our hidden chest for the stage, or chapter rather. And we get loaded dice. So, with loaded dice... who do I want to equip into? I guess we'll do a Copernic. Come on, there we go. Loaded dice increase your luck stat by 4. Luck? Okay, so... how would he explain stats in this game is not that good, to be honest. So, before we move further. Basically, they explain luck as the chance of good things happening to you. But, you know, that's a super vague thing. And there is a separate critical hit chance skill, or stat. So, I don't really get what luck does. Hey, there's that wagon again. Practical. Can we go see if she's open for business? I admit, I'm a bit curious as well. Yes, time to spend some of that hard-earned loot. Let's head on in, shall we? Hello, mysterious shopkeeper lady, are you in? If it isn't the young knight of the woods and her scholarly friends. A fair bit worse for wear since we last met, though. You seem to have picked up a friend along the way. This is some collection of stuff you got here. Oh, nothing so grand as a collection. Trifle of baubles and knickknacks. Merely whatever odds and ends an old woman has managed to lay her paws on, that's all. How about swords? I like swords. I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. Feel free to browse. The mysterious traveling merchant can provide a number of services. Besides buying new equipment and supplies, you can also create new cards for your heroes as well as upgrade existing ones. The merchant's inventory grows over time, so check in with her whenever you run across her wagon on your venture. So, I actually don't like that tutorial for the shop. They kind of say more than what is necessary. Like, for one thing, all you can buy right now are recover items and accessories. You can't even buy weapons yet. And when it comes to cards, you can't even upgrade cards yet. So it's kind of like, there's really no need to mention that stuff yet. But you can also sell stuff, which I actually really don't recommend unless you have weapons you really want to part with. But the main attraction are cards. Crafting. From the craft cards screen, you can create new cards by spending materials. Materials are typically found as rewards for defeating enemies in the wild. When crafting a card, you will get between 1 and 4 copies of that card. Depending on the card, you can still choose how many copies you want to actually play with. Craftable cards can't be acquired any other way, and new cards will be unlocked for crafting as you progress through the story. So be sure to check out the shop again whenever you get to a new location. So, we got a lot of cards between the 3 of them, so let me go pretty quickly in explaining things. So let's get started. So, for Armley, she has To Victory. This raises all ally strength by 1 stage for 3 turns. Intercept. A physical attack that has a 40% chance of flinching. If an enemy is flinched, that means they won't attack that turn. For Copernicus, we have Searing Lash. It's a fire magical attack, which I actually do want to get. And Brain Freeze, which is a hit-all ice magic attack that lowers all their magic by 1 stage for 3 turns. For Galeo, we got Miracle Worker. It's an upgrade that increases the strength of a healing art for someone. Poison. It does just that. It inflicts poison on an opponent, which I do want to come back for later. And Provoke. It inflicts taunt on an opponent and raises Galeo's physical defense. Taunt is basically... It's basically like Follow Me from Pokemon, but like actually how Follow Me works. Like basically you'll just have an opponent be taunted and they'll only attack you. And there we go. There are a little bit more nuances to cards, like there actually is a number that determines how much strength, how much attack it does. So like some cards will say they do 40% magic, for example, and that's how you know how much strength they do. So let's get into our first battle, shall we? Actually, I kind of wanted to change up my card deck, but that's not terrible. So, we have a new enemy, Drill Bees. Drill Bees have, let's see here. Let's see, there we go, and there we go. Okay, Drill Bees have 120 health, 18 strength, 18 magic, and are weak to ice. They have one... Actually, no, I'm going to explain the skills later. I don't know why I was getting ahead of myself there. I got so excited. Ooh! But anyway, their first attack, Stinger Run, is a physical attack that will hit an opponent 3 times. Let's see. Actually, I'm surprised Armley has the most health right now, because normally she has some of the least health for me. Though, to be fair, I did give her the Scout Badge, which is probably helping mitigate that. Okay, Buzzing Storm is a hit-all Thunder Magic attack. And they have one more attack, so we'll see if they can get it off on us. But yeah, so, sorry, excuse me, sorry. So, when it comes to, like, picking cards out, you really want to be mindful of that and how you use the shot, because enemies kind of give pretty pitiful amounts of gold. So Hyper Evade raises the evasion of an enemy by 2... Okay, yeah, by 2 stages for 1 turn, I believe, actually. So, evasion in this game can be kind of annoying. It's kind of like why, I guess, a lot of people don't like agility from Pokemon. Man, I'm referencing Pokemon Left and Right now. Though, I mean, to be fair, Pokemon is a JRPG. So one nice thing about multi-hit moves is, as you see, I got 2 of the 3 hits. And so that could be a good tactic of why you want to use a multi-hit move, because then each of those individual hits have a chance of hitting. Whereas if I use an attack that can only hit once, then there's a chance that I ended up failing that. So let's see here. I'm going to discard you, and didn't get anything. Okay then. We will... let's see, what do we want? What do we want? Anyway. Gigaton Punch and Heroic. Okay, there we go. I think that should be good. So we'll also show off Gigaton Punch. Like I said, if you use a card by Armley beforehand, note it has to be before or else it won't work, then Gigaton Punch does even more damage. So you see it did like... oh gosh, it did like 25% more damage, seems like, from the calculation. But you see, we got 40 gold from defeating 3 enemies. So you see, the gold output's... actually, I would say it's kind of disappointingly low, to be honest. But, yeah, so that's why you want to be kind of mindful of when you buy stuff. Anyway, we got Focus. Raises Copernicus magic by 1 stage for 3 turns, and also allows you to redraw 1 extra time for 1 more turn. I'm actually not going to switch up my deck, really. It shouldn't be that necessary yet. Another thing to note is... well, another thing to note before I cut out this battle is, even though I say some enemies have a weakness, you don't necessarily have to cry too much about using a spell or an attack that they have a defense against necessarily, because some of them have a very minor weakness, so it's not going to make much of a difference. But anyway, I'll see you guys after this battle. And we're back, and as you see, we leveled up. So let's keep on keeping on, shall we? Let's see here. Okay, go right if you for another chest. But first we gotta get past these budges. and Mage. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of opponents. Well, anyway, I'll see you guys after this fight. Alright, we're back. And man, was that kind of an annoying fight, to be honest. Just because, oh man, I really don't like the Dark Mages, just because they can kind of start spamming their healing art, because it doesn't require any steam on their part. Anyway, we got Cleave. So, Cleave is an attack for Armely, and so if you use Cleave on an opponent right when it gets scrapped, then the damage will get kind of like do a burst damage on other opponents. Okay. Anyway, see you guys after this fight. And we're back. And we leveled up again. So, okay, there we go. And so, we're actually gonna cut for 1 second because I want to actually rearrange my deck. So, I'll see you guys in one moment. Okay, we're back. It actually didn't take that long, but just going right quickly to show you what I have as my deck now. And there we go. Let's keep on going. Actually, no, hold on. I can't remember the last time I was this far from my basement. About time, then. Adventure! Yeah, sometimes when you just interact with bombs, it just gives you, like, little bits of story. But anyway, whatever. I'll see you guys after this. And we're back. Oh boy, don't you just love it when you play a card game and you get, like, literally 3 of the same cards? It's like, oh my gosh. At the start of that last battle, I got, like, 3 Steam Punches, and it's like, you only draw 6 cards, so it's like, you really don't have that much options. But anyway, here we are at another statue of Gilgamech. So as you probably guessed, we got a boss fight right beyond this here. But, you don't want to necessarily go in there just yet, because there's still the, because you may want to actually revisit the merchant, because if we look at what I have now, I have 657 gold. That's more than enough to buy, like, 1 or 2 things. So, what I recommend you do when you see that you're about to go to a boss fight, run back to the merchant. Don't interact with the statue of Gilgamech, or else he'll respawn all the enemies. So just run back and go to the merchant and make your decisions from there. So, it may take me a while, so I'll see you guys and let you know what I buy. Okay, hello everyone, and we're back. So I went to the store and I bought to Victory for Armely, and I bought Poison for Galeo. And let me just show my deck loadouts, rather. So we got Armely's, Copernicas, and Galeos. So let's head into the boss fight, shall we? No one feels inadequate here. That must be a drill queen! Our heroes ready themselves for an audience with a twist! Don't you mean with a sting? Thank you and good night! Well, anyway, we have the next boss of the game, the Drill Queen. So let's see, what are we gonna do here? We're going to do you, that, and that. Oh, right, so the Hive Mother's, or rather, the Drill Queen's oddly unique in that she actually has a card that she plays before you. So Hive Mother is a Thunder Magic attack that also summons 2 Drill Bees, and you don't see it yet, but it will also heal any Drill Bees that are already on screen. And so, let's talk about the Drill Bees right quickly, actually. So these aren't the same Drill Bees exactly. So the Drill Bees for this boss fight have 47 health, 10 strength, 10 magic, and are also weak to ice. They're basically just weaker versions of other Drill Bees. Let's see. But now let's actually talk about the Drill Queen, though. So... no, wait. I misread something. Okay, there we go. That's better. For a second, I thought the 2 Victory was Armely's thing. But anyway, the Drill Queen has 1,150 health. Yeah, I know, right? They're really ramping up the health quickly. 24 strength, 24 magic, is weak to ice. But this is just like the fight against Gompus. I would say don't worry about the minions at all, because they're so pitifully weak in my opinion. But anyway, she just used Wreck Armor, which is a physical attack that hits 3 times, and also reduces your enemy's armor by 1 stage. For 3 turns, I believe it is. Let's see. Poison, and there we go. But yeah, so kind of like I was saying with Captain Canary about like how bosses can kind of start dragging. It's kind of like, that's another problem. They ramp up the health of bosses, I I feel at a rate that's a bit too quickly. Like, Captain Canary was like 770 or 730 or something. She already jumps by over 400 hit points. I feel that's a bit too much of a health jump, in my opinion. But anyway, she used Before Queen's Drill, which is a physical attack that hits 3 times. It's basically just a stronger version of the Drill Bee's, what's the attack called? Stinger Drill. And now she's using Hyper Evade, which is just like what the Drill Bees have that raises her evasion by 2 stages. Luckily, Poison doesn't care about that. Let's see. We kind of got her in a good position because I can use Gigaton Punch soon. So we're going to not use it though because I don't want to have to worry about missing. So we're going to just build up our steam pressure. And that is kind of like a tactic for really all fights, you know. Don't be afraid to, you know, even though I say focus on combos for boss fights, you know, don't be afraid to, you know, take a turn or two to focus on, you know, healing or to focus on building up your steam. Because, you know, that's, you know, your steam's what you need to attack, so if you don't got that, you don't got that. You hear? Anyway, let us do that, and then we'll use a Gigaton Punch. I think this should do some pretty good damage to her, so let's see. We'll do that for 105, and Gigaton Punch. There we go, 131 damage. You can see she's already almost down. So yeah, a lot of health, not... I'm gonna keep on reiterating that, but it's like, once you know what you're doing, things aren't too bad, but the thing is, if this is your first time playing, how would you know what to do? Because it's like, you can't, you know, it's not obviously possible to know the boss's weakness beforehand, because it obviously is not going to tell you that. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? But I'm not going to harp on that too much, because it's still, I still like this game a lot. No, we're going to poison her, Creeping Cold, and Creeping Cold. There we go. And we'll take advantage of Copernica with her raised magic stat. Plus, that actually could take out both minions right now, as long as it hits the other trophy. And there we go. Nice. And what's she gonna do? Queen's Drill. Okay, that's not too bad. 205. Alright. Okay, I think we may be able to... Yeah, we're gonna finish off this round, I think. Yeah, we probably should. So let's deal the coup de grace, shall we? Brave Buster, Lionheart, and then she should get taken down by the poison damage, I believe. Please say yes. And there we go. And her Drill Beat minions go away as well. I don't know what makes the Shroomlings so unique that they won't die when Gonfus dies, though. It's kind of weird. But anyway, let's head on up to the Guild Hall. Wow, the heroic fields of Fairways, where the brave heroes of the guild leisurely limber up between their heroic deeds. It's just a golf course. A heroic golf course, though. But let's head on into the Guild Hall. Hull, this is a members-only facility. Show me your membership cards or leave the premises. Lenny, we just ran into an army that tried to burn down Town Hall. We must speak to Guildmaster Gaines. You are looking at Acting Guildmaster Bottomax, and yes, I know about that army. In fact, how can I be so sure you're not with them? But we grew up together. You've known us your entire life. That is hard to forget. Anyway, you won't find any other guild heroes here. The Void took them all. You are all that's left? This is serious! Why aren't you getting ready to go after them? The statutes clearly state that the clubhouse can't ever be left unguarded. Former Guildmaster Gaines was very clear on the matter. I'm obliged to stay here. You are not a member of this guild, so you can't see how much work goes into this. The paperwork alone is a nightmare. But we have to act fast! Hey, why don't the three of us go after them? You? I remember back at summer camp when you got lost in your own tent. Oh, come on, it was really dark. Besides, you need to be a member of the guild to stage an official rescue party. Okay, so no official rescue party then. How about we make this an unofficial operation? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You don't even get yourselves captured and... Wait a minute. Hey, that's not a bad idea. As acting master of the guild, I give you my permission to stage an unsanctioned rescue party. Without any recognition from the guild, of course. Right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to familiarize myself with my new office. It's high time for biscuits and a session in the massage chair. Toodaloo! Guildmaster Lenny, huh? Someone's riding the gravy train. That's Lenny, always eager to climb the career ladder. But I can't help thinking there's something more going on here than a straight-up promotion. Never mind that! This could be my big chance to get a guild membership! Armely, every time you get that look, I just know there's going to be trouble. By saving the guild heroes, I'll definitely prove my worth to Master Games. Even more than when I helped him keep those hungry golfers away from the heroic fields of fairways. Oh, I really thought he was going to make me a member that time. First of all, he said golfers, not golfers. And Lenny made it very clear that this wouldn't give you any recognition from the guild. But Lenny's wrong. The Hero's Handbook states that real heroics don't have to be sanctioned. Besides, the village is unprotected. Now we need those guild heroes back. I don't know. I'm not in the mood for a field trip, and these buns won't eat themselves. Eating buns in your mother's basement won't help if the Void Army comes back. If they keep setting houses on fire, goodbye free rent. I don't like fire, or paying rent. We could stay here and rot for the rest of our lives, or we could go on a date with Destiny and an evil army. Come on, Coco, if this ain't a chance to deploy knowledge practically for the good of the many, then what is? I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're actually making sense. We have to take this seriously. Alright, let's follow their tracks. And we get Aspiring Hero, which basically raises Armley's strength by 1 grade for 3 turns, 2 grades if she's below 50%, or 3 grades if she's below 25%. Fine, but I'm not carrying all your stuff. I also remember summer camp. And that's Chapter 3. After a nice deliberation with acting Guildmaster Bartimax, the trio head out to on the heels of the evil Void Army to rescue the captured guild heroes. But that will be a story for next time. See you all then.